And we are back. It is Wednesday, June 5th, and we're continuing this study of the prophecies of Jesus and where they are fulfilled. Now, today is kind of what's the right word? It's kind of a bummer of a lesson because it's talking about the people plotting against Jesus. And we definitely have some of that. We have some persecution, not so much in our country the way the rest of the world does, but we have times where we feel like, oh, I shouldn't be bold about my faith because people are going to think I'm weird, or people are going to think that I don't fit in and that I'm not cool. They're going to think that I'm, just that I'm different. Well, you are different, and it's okay for people to see you as different. Well, this prophecy says, and this is coming from gotquestions.org, the nations, people, and rulers plot against the Lord and his anointed. Who are his anointed? That's followers of Jesus Christ. That's you and me. We are his anointed. So this plot against the Lord is also against us. All you have to do to see evidence of that is to look at what is happening in politics. The Sanhedrin, the crowd, Herod Antipas, and Pilate plotted against Jesus. So in Psalm 2, verses 1 through 6, the subtitle here is The Reign of the Lord's Anointed. Now, Jesus is the Lord's anointed. We are also anointed in our what we're called to do, but certainly not to the extent that Jesus is. And it says, why do the nations rage and the peoples plot in vain? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed. So they are coming against God. They're coming against the people that are anointed by God, and they're coming against Jesus, who has the greatest anointing. So where do we see this? In Matthew 12:14, it says, but the Pharisees went out and conspired against him, how to destroy him. So think about that. Think that through. The Pharisees are going out and they're going off by themselves, and they're how are we going to get him? How are we going to make him stop? He threatens our power. How are we going to remove him? In Matthew 26, verses 3 through 5, it says, then the chief priests and the elders of the people gathered in the palace of the high priest, whose name was Caiaphas, and plotted together in order to arrest Jesus by stealth and kill him. But they said, not during the feast, lest there be an uproar among the people. Now they recognized that the people could be the problem because the people really liked Jesus at that point. In Luke 23, verse 1, it says, then the whole company of them arose and brought him before Pilate. And Luke 23:7 says, and when he learned that he belonged to Herod's jurisdiction, he sent him over to Herod, who was himself in Jerusalem at that time. So all these people were plotting against Jesus, and we have persecution nowadays. But Jesus is the anointed that's in that prophecy. And it's saying that the rulers are going to come against Jesus. Now, if you had been there on Palm Sunday when he had that triumphal entry on that colt, and everyone's shouting, Hosanna, blessed be the name of the Lord, he's the King of Kings, and they're all celebrating him, you never would have guessed that this plotting was already happening behind him, fulfilling this prophecy. All of this prophecy is fulfilled. It is so intricate, and there's so many prophecies. The odds of one person fulfilling all these prophecies is so minute that it has to be true. And that's why we're going through these prophecies. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.